Hi, it's Natalie Viglione, and I am bringing you a new episode of Breaking Bad. Okay, so today we're going to talk about Breaking Bad loops. That's a constant pattern that someone is stuck in, and I call it a loop because literally we're looping around and around and around and around in the same place. And we're going to talk about loops around the hustle because here's the reality and a truth, and I had lived this truth when I made some bad business decisions for myself that required me to really dig deep and to understand, okay, well, am I getting away from my purpose? And the truth of the matter is that hustle means nothing without a true purpose behind it. So we hear this all the time. I'm busy. No, I don't have time. Sorry, I didn't get back to you for 3 months. I'm busy. You know, I feel like, haven't you noticed too that this busy thing is sometimes just used over and over and over and over, and I feel like it's getting to the point where it's an excuse. I think it's a productivity challenge that most people face because I'm in the operations world. That's a very key component in what I do in my life. I'm very systematically organized and around processes and systems, right? So I see this very easily, very, very clearly, and I can tell immediately what the true underlying problem is, and I can even answer that for myself when I know I'm hitting some challenges. So as a business owner, I've come across some things, and last year was like a big telltale sign for me, and it's highlighted when people are stuck in this loop around hustle, but hustle that doesn't have a purpose, that doesn't have intent, that doesn't have focus. Hustle without purpose is literally like you're spinning your wheels. Nothing is moving forward. You're just in this loop going like this. So a really great example is, you know, in business, going to meetings all the time. I'm in a meeting. I'm busy. I'm in a meeting. And no clue what the rhyme or reason is really for all these meetings. You know, connection, collaboration, like true partnership is so good, but countless meetings that don't have intent, that don't have focus, are not. And I think this is a real big example of a huge problem today of a lack of focus and a lack of intention in doing business. And this is very regional, I have discovered. In fact, I wrap how I work and who I work with based on purpose. It's very important to be purposeful, being purpose-driven, helping to reshape your value in the marketplace is where I focus, whether it's through a brand, the way you're messaging out to the world. So I think a great way to look at purpose and intent in business or in the work that you do for a business is in the way that you're acting and reacting. And as a business owner, whether or even again, if you're working for a business, you know, the word purpose, what that really means is it requires you to look at the reason for being. Make sense of all of this, you know, and looking at things through a lens of your innate values. And then also purpose really makes you look forward, to take stock of the broader system in which you want to work and impact that you really want to make on the world. And I think that, you know, obviously we all want to be successful, but that really looks very different for each of us. And we really have to construct that around our values as well. And then how far can just hustle take you if it doesn't have intent and if it doesn't have a true focus and it doesn't have purpose behind it? I think it's important to break down, you know, how to discover if you are stuck in this loop. Okay, you wake up, you go do the things, you come home, you kind of just try to make it until you can go to bed and go to sleep. And, we've all experienced this in some way, like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. But if you've started to slip in how you're taking care of yourself, do you make time for yourself? Is that an important thing for you? Are you following a protocol? I call it a protocol, but are you following some very serious things that you need to do for yourself every morning? Meditation, working out, these things that help really take care of you and the construct of you. And if you let those things go, and if you're not paying attention to them, and you feel like you're just getting through, just get me through this day, to the weekend or whatever, rather than creating a day, then if that's a truth for you, and it's a hard truth to face sometimes, then that's a big telltale sign that you're stuck in a loop right now. And some other questions to ask is, have you had others that have been let down because you're not showing up for them? That can mean that you're not even showing up for yourself, which is a very big deal. This is like, for me personally, this is one of my biggest pet peeves in business. Another telltale sign you're stuck in a loop is I'm hustling and busy, but not really accomplishing anything and have a total lack of focus. That is a loop. And are you creating from a place of purpose? So those are really important questions to ask. And 4 ways for you to know that you're intentionally, or I like to say consciously, creating and building from a place of purpose is an important aspect to looking at, are you stuck in it? And are you hustling but don't have purpose behind it? So if you're finding what you do invigorating on some level and know that you're damn good at it, then there's purpose behind that. And you need to really dig into that more to really explode that out. So if you wake up each morning and you don't dread the day, none of us get out of dreading something at some point. That's the truth. But if you dread every aspect, then something is not right. And there's not purpose there. There's not alignment somewhere. So you really need to analyze that part. And if you're always in the I'm busy, excuse me, and I don't have time kinds of conversations, you're not really taking the time that you need to respond, to show up for other people. And also, you need to work on your self-care. I don't really like the word self-care. Just honestly taking care of yourself. It's super simple, But if you're not doing that, then there's something awry. Then there's something not jiving for you. So that's an important place that you need to drill down. So, and if you're struggling here, I can help you create a purpose-driven business strategy. And then you really wrap everything around from the center place. And if you haven't done that, and you don't need help doing that and you just want to explore yourself, this is a great time to do that because it means so much more when you're consciously creating from a place of purpose. So that is this episode for Breaking Bad. And again, this is all about really looking at breaking bad loops around that hustle, and just know that hustle means nothing without a true purpose behind it.